There you go. Hello. Hi. This is Soul Citizen, Soul Talk on Thursday. What is today? June 3rd, 2021, or 2951, as the case may be. We had a ISC. Let me hop into Discord to see if we have anyone in there.
Yes, I can hear you.
We are live on the stream.
Yep, I'm here with you.
Oh, okay, I just saw it. Let me open up a window in here so I can see the text. So how was your week been, Griffin?
It's been busy, but okay. Not just regular things keeping me busy and stuff. So you've got the helm tonight. I get to sit back and relax and hear what everybody has to say about Star Citizen this week. We just finished up with Invictus, so that was a big thing, right?
Yeah, we didn't quite make as much money as we did last year. I thought we were on our way to making more money, but it looked like everyone got the ship they wanted in the first 7 days or whatever, and then they kind of teetered off at the end.
You know what the final total was at the end of it this year? I
Give
know
me
we
5
talked on
seconds.
Sunday, they were at 10 million. And I know we were wondering whether they were going to make the other three or not. So I figured they'd make at least another one, maybe 1.5 on the last day.
Well, last year they were at 12.7. So this year they were at.
The fact that they made
This year
10
they
is
were at. Oh, they made 12.1. So barely below. They're like 600K below.
oh, that's still good considering I thought they'd be like within 2 million. But if they got that close, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, and the difference between this year and last year is that they had the G12 on the first 2 days last year, and this year they had the Scorpius. So they made more money with the Scorpius, but they had different days going on, different manufacturers on different days this year, so that kind of offset some stuff.
I mean, take into consideration.
Still, yeah.
I was going to say, take into consideration a lot of the enthusiasm for the Crusader ships this year. That was a real big one. The C2 and the M2. So I'm sure there were plenty of people who bought those as well. So, and there's a lot of excitement. The Retaliator, even though it wasn't ready to fly, the fact that it was on the floor probably re-energized a lot of people, for that particular ship too.
Oh, we got popped in face and fist to face. They want to try to drag them down or move the tutors around.
We'll get them.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Finish with the opening and then we'll bring them down.
Okay. Oh, someone else.
How are you, DK?
I'm doing great. How are you all doing tonight? I'm sorry, I was in the middle of eating when
You're not late.
got the
Don't
message.
worry, you're not late. We're just getting started, so your timing is good.
Wonderful.
We're just doing the intro and stuff. How did you like Invictus, DK?
I thought I enjoyed it. It's Invictus. It is mostly combat ships. I'm not a combat person, so it was good to see some of the ships there and kind of explore them and whatnot, but not being combat focused, it was just kind of like, here's what they are, and rent a few, go out and play with them and see how they fly and whatnot. But as far as my favorite ships, though, I love the Saber, and of course they had the Carrack there. Yeah, I love that one. So yeah.
Yeah, I picked up. I'm probably going to repeat all this stuff on Soul Citizens on Sunday, but I picked up $100 worth of CCUs. Excuse me, because some of my packages still have like 6-month insurance, so I wanted to convert some of those into 10-year insurance.
They didn't have any LTI ships or vehicles available this run. The Scorpius was the only one. Okay.
The Scorpius was the only one, but that was only for 2 days, I believe, the first 2 days, and then it went to normal.
Okay. Wonderful.
And I went ahead and bought down Pops and Fist. How you two doing?
Okay. Doing great.
Ops Fist, how you? Good to hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Fast
yes.
Cart's like deer to
Yes.
headlights. I don't know why he's
Just
not talking
fine.
to you guys. It's like
No.
he said hi and just left y'all out there in the dark. I don't know.
Sorry about that. I'm new at that. So I'm trying to. I don't know how you do this, Griffin. You do multiple things at the same time. I'm looking at XSplit, looking at Twitch, looking at chat. Yeah, that's why I'm doing the headlights.
You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job.
Oh, thank you very much.
Doing better than me.
So you want to get back and let's get into Star Citizen Live. I gotta bring up the window. There it is, inside Star Citizen. So this week they're talking about, well, spoilers, but they're talking about the Bengal. So let's start the video. Hopefully the audio will be okay. Let me know in chat if it's not.
John turned around to me and told me that we were going to be putting the Bengal into the actual PU. And at first I thought he was
no
just
audio.
pulling my leg, because I mean, it's the Bengal, the biggest ship
No
I'm sorry.
audio.
Take that back. I'm sorry. No, take that back, Fast Cart. That's me. That's
that
me.
we're ever
Never
going to
mind. You're
have in
good.
the PU floating around. And I was like, well, is it just going to appear then fly away, or is it just in a poster? And he's like, no. I want it to be like we had the Javelin last year, where it comes in, it shoots, the players can try and fight it, and it flies around. I'm like, cool, that's not a small amount of work. That's a little bit of a minor task on top of everything else that's going on. The Bengal itself had a lot of old issues with it. Compared to a lot of our newer ships, it didn't feel as good, it didn't look as good. So we saw this as a great opportunity to go in and just fix some of this old legacy things that we'd done with the actual ship setup. So we started by fixing the problems first of all. So the giant engines at the back, the whole thing was a single thruster. So we started by cutting that out, making the actual nacelle part of the main ship geo, and then after making the ship geo, we then attached the actual thrusters as thrusters, so they work as thrusters. And then we found that it didn't have proper thruster placement because it was using the original IFCS system that didn't need it completely in IFCS 2. Obviously, it's not fake, it's real, so we had to actually go in and place new thrusters and rearrange some of the old ones just to get it to feel nice and to fly the way we'd expect it to. And after that, we had to then look at the weapons. This is the Bengal. It's got over 90 turrets to it that function, that fire, that fight back, that you have to actually deal with.
90.
So we went through and we saw that a lot of them were very nose-heavy placement. So we then completely changed the design of the location of the turrets, which went through a couple of iterations to make sure everyone was happy with it. It felt really weird for the entire carrier to have a complete front-nose battery. So we moved a lot of the weaponry and a lot of the cover around so that it was evenly distributed around the ship for the missile turrets, the phalanxes. After that was all done, those really small, minor, insignificant tasks, it was then a case of actually having it work, because unsurprisingly, when you put the Bengal into the PU, it doesn't run very well, because there's a lot of entities. It was a huge performance hit. Like, it was insane. Even internally, we were seeing a massive performance drop. So the next job was to try and optimize this, to actually get it to run in a decent way. If you have a look at any of the AI ships that the pirates use in the PU, there's physically a dude sat in the seat, which at the end of the day costs. Everything has a cost involved with it. So we started to explore a couple of different ways to do it. One route we took was to hide the whole thing behind viz areas, so it just wouldn't render it, wouldn't call it, wouldn't draw any of it, and that gave us a lot of wins. But we also saw it as an opportunity to try and do something we haven't really done on ships before, which was to have actual AI modules controlling the turrets. So we start playing about with that. We hit issues because we've never tried to implement it on this sort of scale. But after a lot of people doing a lot of hard work and playing about with it and making slight tweaks here and there, we ended up with the AI turret module, which was a huge performance boost. And I spawned in a load of pirate Idrises to fight the thing. And it was just amazing watching all of the guns pointing in different directions and just fire everywhere. It looked amazing. And then the missiles were coming in, it was shooting down all the missiles everywhere. And I probably spent a good half an hour just trying to actually hit it with a missile. There's just that much gunfire that it looks great. It's hard to describe how cool it looks when it's actually firing at a group of people. The impact of seeing the Bengal working, flying around was just incredible for people. And the Bengal's something I've been working on for quite a long time for Squadron 42. But once it's in the PU, people can fly around it and just take in the sheer size of it. It's just incredibly huge. And having an event like Invictus meant that we push specific tech and specific things in a way that were going to be used later down the line. So that's a step forward towards having unmanned AI turrets on ships. We learn better ways to optimize the way we actually have AI crew inside the ship, because everything we do can be reused. We learn from it, we improve from it, and it can help everything as a whole. It's a lot of work, and we as developers spend a lot of time focusing on really minor details, and sometimes we just tunnel on little things and think, well, is this huge time I'm spending on this one little thing really worth it? But then when we see it in the community and seeing how much people love it and how wild they go for it, just seeing their responses to it, it just completely lifts my spirits up every time. So worth it in the end, once we actually got it in. Really, really cool.
Invictus has quickly become one of the major highlights of our year, as well as a fine addition to the Star Citizen experience overall. And the Bengal was just one part of everything that goes into making the event so special each and every year. Now, from looking back, let's look ahead. It's sprint report time, so let's get to it.
Okay, so before we get to the sprint report, Fitz Face, what do you think of the Bengal carrier? Did we lose Face to Face? Pops, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
But I'm back.
What'd you think of the Bengal carrier?
Oh man, it's from a distance. It doesn't look that big, but once you get up close to it, like we did, it is huge. And that gun underneath of it, I think it's bigger than the Idris. That one gun is enormous.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, I was shocked by that when they put the Aurora on top of it.
That was amazing. That was amazing. To show the scale, that was amazing.
What'd you think of the Bengal fist? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Pops.
Oh no, I just have a question for anybody. Did anybody actually ever see that big gun fire? I'm just wondering, was it active? It probably wasn't active because it was probably just wiped out.
Yeah, I didn't see the big gun. It was all the remote guns most of the time when I saw people attack it. I'm not sure that one was active because I didn't see it rotating or anything. But those other ones you did see moving. So I don't think it was. I think it was basically those small. It was no reason to use the big gun. You know what I mean? There was nothing out there. Didn't have to worry about it. Not an interest or anything out there. So they were one-shotting people.
Did the big gun turn? Because I thought it was stationary, so you had to.
I think it's stationary too.
It was stationary.
Yeah, so you have to be in front. The target has to be in front of the Bengal in order to fire. So that's probably why you didn't see a fire.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I'm just waiting.
Moriarty says it fired. He's got a video of it. Okay.
You gotta post that.
Ooh, very cool.
Cool.
Please.
Oh,
So
man.
what do you think of the Bengal fist?
All I got to say is 90. I'm sorry, that's what I was saying when you asked me the question. I was like, man, all I got to say is 90.
How many guns
90.
they have? Yeah, it's crazy.
90. I didn't even realize it was that many guns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow. When he said that, I was like, what? Are you serious? I mean, now I'm scared. Because I'm like, man, if somebody gets a hold of this thing, if somebody gets a hold of this thing and fixes it up, oh my man, I'm scared. Yeah. I'm like, well,
I don't think you have to worry about it because you have to have like 90 or 800 blades in order to run that thing. So one person just stealing it isn't going to be an issue. I think.
I'm talking about like an org. There's orgs out there that they are going to try. They're going to try to find this thing. And I mean, if they succeed to getting this thing operational, man, I mean, that thing alone, I mean, if you can have it manned out, even if, like you said, if you have the AI blades in there, I mean, that's still a lot of firepower, and that's like equivalent to a universe boss. You're not a world boss, a universe boss. Like you have to have all hands on deck.
If you see someone try to take out over like one org, I think that'll just become like a battle zone between different orgs trying to claim control over it. Because like once one org get control of it, another org try to come along and take it from that org. So I think that'll be some great gameplay.
Well, right. Well, like Jade said, her org. I mean, I don't know. I'm not certain. I don't know if it's he or her. But if Jade said their org is going to try to find it, so you got to think. I mean, if they get it up there.
I think it's going to require a lot of work in order to get it up and running. Like maybe it won't be like a week or two of work or something like that. It'll probably be like a month, 2 months, maybe 6 months. Once they find it.
Yeah, they're going to have to patrol that thing like crazy.
I mean, it's kind of like
while they fix it.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Titan in EVE Online. It takes 3 months to build a Titan from scratch, but that's 3 months that you have to guard it because it's vulnerable.
Yeah, but to go back to it and say, to look at, from what they said, that from a developmental and technical point of view, for them to be able to get it into the game for us, and like we did that day with Griff, it was me, Pops, Griff, and you. And I forget who else was with us. For us to go out there. Dark Knight. Yeah, that's right. Dark Knight was with us, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we for us to go out there and be able to get those views to really see how big it is in comparison to a 600i. I mean, I was like, wow, sorry I was crashing so much, but it was amazing. I was like, damn. But that's my thoughts on it. Kudos to CIG, to Star Citizen, for being able to put that in there with the resources that they have.
Yeah, Dark Knight, you there?
Oh yeah. I watched that thing in action when we were all out the other night, and I jumped into, I think it was Port Tressler. Or no, I can't remember. But I jumped in and it was just me and Fist, and we were around the Bengal, and I sat there and watched that thing just light up on someone. I don't know who it was, but somebody took a shot, and it just went ballistic. I just saw fire from all angles of that ship, and it was amazing watching that thing just go. And I remember one time I had logged in, it was before we all hung out that night. I had gone in and happened to be around Port Tressler, and I saw the Bengal going out, and somebody had taken a shot at it, and it was a hammerhead, and they one-shot at the hammerhead, and it was very impressive. So yes.
Yeah, no. I was just going to say really quick, did anybody see the stream of, I think it was Captain Burks, and when it first, when Invictus first started, he had a group of guys, and I mean, like pretty much like a whole server full, and they just started just firing torpedoes at it, and a lot of them hit, and it didn't even make a dent in it. I was like, wow,
Yeah, it's very impressive. I thought the ship, one in size, it is incredible, and like you said, Pops, you don't realize how large that ship is until you get really close to it, and it really is large. And seeing not a hammerhead, a MSR trying to land on the pad, you just realize, wow, that thing is tiny compared to the size of the Bengal. And seeing an Idris come up to the side of it, it looked like it was about 3, maybe 4 Idrises long. It's huge. Like you said, Pops, that gun is the size of an Idris.
Yeah. Get hit with that thing.
What do you think?
I'll have to take a pass on it. I'll get the next question.
Okay. All right. So like by the big takeaways for me, the 90 turrets, the big gun, the size of the Aurora, Emperor on top of the Bengal. And yes, I made a joke. We all went out the other day to take a tour of the Bengal, and it didn't take 3 hours like normally. We got there pretty quick. We actually had to wait for it. But Griffin was driving, and he gave us a great view, and it was like as it passed over us and under us, it was like a scene from Spaceballs. We break for no one. Should have been on the back of it. And yeah, that we saw the big gun underneath, and it's huge. Someone said it's size 12 in Twitch chat. I think it's more like might be size 10 or size 12. I forget which one it is. I made a joke saying that I'm gonna get one now, but no, this thing is too big for me. Especially, I'll be happy with my measurement or Endeavor.
Yeah. Now, what is it? The crew size on there? I think it's what, upwards of 400 for the Bengals, something like that.
Gotta be. Because
I thought it was it was 80, but that might be the Idris.
I think that's the Idris or the Javelin.
That's a Javelin. So I think 400 people.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick on the ship spec page. Well, I'm looking at the ship spec, so it might be out of date, but
Okay.
But while you do that, does anyone have a guesstimation based upon? I remember Griff, you were talking about how much it would cost to refuel a Idris in a game. At this point, right now, you got to think about it. It's going to be even more. I mean, when the game comes, so you figure if somebody gets their hands on this thing, gets it operational, I mean, the upkeep on this thing is going to be, oh my gosh, a headache.
Can you
Absolutely.
imagine, like the guild tax you have to impose in order to like get to keep this thing up and running, like a legit guild tax.
All hands on deck.
Yeah, it's not on the shipwreck page, but according to the Wikipedia, it is the max crew is 755.
Wow,
man. Oh man.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
1,000 meters. And the builder, it said the builder is RSI, but it's a bunch of manufacturers.
Yeah.
Wow.
And to your point, Fist to Face, you were talking about refueling. I saw Mario was talking, saying the interest would be about 150K to refuel. Thinking about the time, how much time right now does it take to fuel an 890? And then maybe quadruple that for the interest? Maybe. You're looking at upwards of maybe an hour for your ship to fuel from empty. Maybe.
Wow. Yeah, you know what?
Theory
That's
crafting.
about right. That's about right. You're right. These things are not going to be, Call of Duty style, run and gun. It is going to be, yeah. So I mean, it's but still, again, I mean, it's just amazing to be able to see that were able to put the Bengal in the game, and for it to be operational. I mean, I just thought it was going to be like just something just flying around the station. For it to be firing at people and active, I was like, wow, that is amazing.
You could probably go on and on. You could probably go on and on about the Bengal, but let's continue on the video and pick up afterwards.
Starting things off, members of the UI team have completed a sprint porting many of the transit signs found throughout the persistent universe to use a newer and more robust version of our building blocks tech. Now, as with everything that makes this transition, it not only allows for easier swapping of various styles and themes without having to change the underlying information, but it's also far more efficient and less resource intensive, leading to performance gains all over when every little bit helps. This is a small sampling, but the team is looking forward to adding more and varied styles to the various interactions players encounter throughout the verse. Meanwhile, the character team is close to completing work on the Grey Cat armor that was revealed alongside the Grey Cat Rock DS earlier this year. Now, while it's designed to specifically support mining operations, fashion-forward citizens will still find a lot to like here. Whoever said support roles couldn't look badass obviously never worked for our character team. Props teams have recently begun their explorations developing the various chips and ports necessary to support the upcoming hacking gameplay currently scheduled for Alpha 3.15. Now, while there will be a variety of high and low-tech offerings, these were the conversation starters, if you will, to help us determine which direction visually we wanted to go in. They even created a handy animatic to see how the pieces all fit together, along with a sneak peek at the hacking visual interface that we're going to see a lot more of in ISC next quarter. Now, recently you've seen the current exterior progress of the Aegis Redeemer during Invictus. So let's take a look inside at the continuing work on the interior with a look at gray box progress on the man turret, remote turret bay, and habitation module. Vehicle teams have also begun looking at the Constellation dash controls as they prepare to convert it to utilize the updated interactive cockpit experience. Now, before you jump into the comments, the physical buttons you see here are just temporary placeholders, as the intention is still very much for this RSI stalwart to maintain its touchscreen holographic interface whenever possible. In addition to that, the Ares Starfighter, currently on the public roadmap scheduled for an Alpha 3.15 release, is making its way through the white box phase of our ship pipeline. Now, after recent work on the Mercury Star Runner and the Hercules Star Lifter, I've no doubt this will become another fantastic addition to the Crusader lineup when it arrives towards the end of this year. And since we're on Crusader, let's take a look at these final art images of the Crusader shuttle that will whip zoom players around from platform to platform when it arrives in the upcoming Alpha 3.14. And before you ask, no, you cannot has one. Well, maybe if you ask John Crew really nicely, that could change one day. Now, I'm absolutely not empowered to say this, but you should ask him anyway, because I really won't. Moving along, last time we took our first look at Orison by Night, so let's continue that journey with these images from the lighting team as they continue their work creating an atmosphere that's truly unique from its daytime companion. I'll just let these images speak for themselves. So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that Invictus is more than just a chance for players to experience our capital ships up close and personal. It's also an opportunity for our developers to push needed technologies to the forefront in ways that will benefit the entire persistent universe going forward. That Grey Cat should feel free to make as many industrially themed armors as they'd like, and that between its stylish ships, the shuttles, and the landing zones, Crusader is fast becoming a fan favorite manufacturer. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you all next week.
Okay, let's go in reverse order. Start with Pop this time. What do you think of the rest of the show?
Oh man. Well, I have the Redeemer, I have the Ion, and I have the suits that I bought with the my Grey Cat. So I was excited about everything I saw, but I'm just really wondering what is going to happen to the suits that we have now. Are they going to be replaced by these suits from Grey Cat? Like the Pembroke.
Your face to face?
What
What do you think?
Yes. Oh man, I'm excited for that Ion. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that, to see that that's in white box now. As well as one of the things he was mentioning was the ship at the end that unfortunately we may or may not get. That made me kind of think like, man, you know what? I'd like to be a bus driver now in Star Citizen. That looks cool.
Bus
Just
driver.
transporting
Oh,
passengers.
you mean like a Greyhound?
Yeah. Because I was
Uh,
like, wow, that's a nice little
I,
transport
ju-
ship right there.
I just had the image of you driving around a bunch of school children from place to place, and yeah, I can see you enjoying that.
Yeah,
Oh
paint it
yeah,
yellow.
yeah.
Paint that yellow.
Oh man, that'd be cool. All right, meet, right? Yeah, but no,
But,
that those are the things I definitely I'm glad to see that they are working on what they said they're working on. And those are the things that for me that I'm
hologram?
excited about.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, the Redeemer? To touchscreen?
Well, Redeemer as well because my dad has one. We picked up one, so that is definitely on my list. Of I would definitely would like to get up in there and see how those guns work. And see how that ship fares out to other ships. you know.
Dark Knight, what do you think of the rest of the video?
Oh, let's see. I love that armor. That armor is really nice. It would be nice to see it multiple ways in game, or I don't know. I'm waiting to see it in person. I would be hesitant right now just because concept armor, but at the same time, it looks really really cool. But one thing they were talking about the Ares Ion, and I saw Jade right in the Origin 200i. So I'm thinking 200i with two size 7s on each wing. Oh, that would be so dangerous. But no. I love the idea of that of the Ares. It's not one I'm going to end up picking up, but I think it's a great ship. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you want to come in and chat with us, you click on the Discord link below, so you can come and join us and chat. Griffin, what do you think of the rest of the show? All right, I guess Griffin has stepped away. But the rest of the show talk about the tools for the hacking tools and everything like that. They had the armor, the Redeemer, and talk about the touchscreen on the Redeemer, the Ares Starfighter, and the Crusader shuttle. I thought the tools would look cool. It's another way of making the game more realistic and immersive and feature fleet. Yes, I'm the only one that on. We're listening to other people on Twitch chat. I should have put the Twitch chat on the screen. I'll do that next time I stream. But yes, that's why you only see me at the moment. But I love the armor. That's armor probably the first armor I've seen that I really want to get outside of some of the subscriptions armor that I've already got. I have the bench are all red, but the silver armor look pretty cool. I'm probably going to get that, especially with the big backpack on the back. As far as the Redeemer looks cool. I'm not getting it, still not getting it, but it looks cool. The Ares Starfighter, that looks better than Redeemer in my personal opinion.
Yeah, it does. It does. Really.
Yes, and I'm not getting that, but it looks cool. 'Cause
Yeah.
I probably I have a brand new Defender, and I might change it into a Vanguard Warden. So if I get the Vanguard Warden, I won't have a need for a Starfighter, but we'll see. But the Crusader shuttle, that looked interesting. I mean, because on planets now we have trains all together from between place to place, and this would be an interesting way of a different way of getting us from place to place. So I can't wait to see that how it goes.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Any comments on anything I just said? The recap, or you want to go back to the Bengal? Something that
I would like to go back to what you said about the hacking. I did overlook
Okay.
that part. I am curious as to how that gameplay will go because, like I said again, I'm always thinking about how people will use these things to take a hold of, your ship, or how what other stations or whatever, things like that mechanics in the game. So I'm definitely intrigued to see how the way that hacking gameplay works out. Is it going to be a mini game? You just put the chip in the slot and just wait, and you got to defend off waves of enemies and everything, so it's one of those things that I'm kind of curious,
Yeah, I'd like to see how.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm not so much of an FPS player. I'm more of a combat, ship player. But I'm afraid I'll be slowing people down, and like I'll probably be the medic or something like that. But I do like the sniper rifle. But as far as hacking stuff, it depends on the mission or what you have to do or what the goal is. But it's definitely not something I'll try to do on my own. Any other thoughts about anything else?
No.
Okay. Like I said, I do like that bingo. I almost want to watch the video gun just to see the bingo. I mean, it's great when you get to see it in game, but because of the how close you can get before you get fired on, you have to be careful how close you can get in game. So seeing it in this video, seeing something in the video versus seeing something in game is always going to be better. But this video gives us real close up and perspectives of using dev tools that we can't get in game. So it was great to see it in that way.
Yeah, I hope next Invictus that we get to see more in depth into the Javelin, but I would really like if we got to see the Bengal and have a tour, maybe a bigger tour each year till we get the whole thing.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that would. I think that would be great.
I want to see them park a Bengal right outside of Port Al-Azhar.
Yes, there you go.
I want to see that. That's what I want to see, like right now.
There you go. You know what?
Why can't they leave it in game? Just leave it in game, park it outside of Port Al-Azhar, and just let it sit.
Just let it sit. Just let all of those have at it.
You say that, but then like the resource hogs and everything like that, not every PC is going to be able to handle that. Like we had issues like getting 10 frames per second when we were flying by or close by.
Yeah.
Having it parked beside Port O, people probably won't be able to get into the server at that point.
Nope. Everybody be at Port O.
Man, but could you imagine if that thing was optimized and you could go and that thing would be parked there? I mean, PO already is danger zone already. It depends upon if you get in there and who's in there. But I mean, yeah, that's exactly what we were saying the other day, though, DK. Yeah, park that sucker right there and see all of those guys just have fun. And I'll be right there too. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I'll be right there just taking videos and just making sure I post it up somewhere. I'm seeing that thing light up a whole bunch of people. I think it'd be great.
90. Oh my goodness, man. You talking about what he's 90? Okay, Pascal. Okay.
No, sorry. I think it'll be a long time before we get to see anything close to that. I mean, especially I think they would hold the Bengal off for Squadron 42 after Squadron 42 releases, or maybe like 6 months or maybe a year after that. Maybe we'll see something like that in game, but maybe for like a beta test or something like that to get some statistics for the servers and stuff like that. We'll see it. But as far as the fixture, not till after the game launch. But beta test and alpha test, yes, it may be possible. There was a time when they had a big ship. I think it was the Idris, because this was before one of the IAEs when they put the Idris or the Javelin inside one of the buildings and stuff like that. They had it. They did a practice and put it inside a planet so where no one can get to. Someone discovered it by falling through the planet by accident, and they saw. And that's when they saw the ship. So it may be inside of a planet that we had no idea, or maybe inside a moon.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yes, it is.
I mean, yeah, they always do these. They always do these kind of things like behind the scenes, not letting us know. But because they have to get this information, try to make the game better for us. But they can't always tell us what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. I think Griff was right. I would like to see next year's Invictus more interactive. Like Griff said, go up to the ship, press a button, and it talks and it tells you than just reading a plaque. Mission, would be like Griff said, maybe during Invictus there's a mission to, I don't know, maybe find something, and I don't know, something a little bit more in getting people involved. But it was great. It was really great to go inside the Javelin. It was a big surprise because I didn't think we would get anything close to that. Maybe even next year, maybe, like I was saying before, maybe we could go in and walk through the entire Idris or something like that. That would be cool.
That would be nice.
People that own them would really be, excited.
I would also have to say, yeah, that's true. But then I would also have to say though too, and to add on to that, to give a credit to Colossal, his idea was to have us come in like an introduction. If you wanted to participate in it, but come in, like you're coming into an amphitheater and you sit down and you watch, a video on Invictus to give you some history as to the battles. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't read that much of. I haven't read any of the lore. I've actually learned a lot of it through you guys. So that would actually help me, to come in, and especially other new players, to come in and kind of get a sense of what Invictus is about, the history and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Paul Shelley, the Octopi, does video too about the lore, so we can go ahead and check out some history behind that. Go ahead and check him out.
By the way, don't give Colossal too much credit, or else he'll be trying to run the show next week. So,
I am so sorry, Dan.
If I can run the show, anyone can run the show, right?
oh man,
I had to get a shot across the bow, my brother. That's all.
Oh man, that's shots fired. The man can't even respond. He ain't even here.
That's what he get for not being here. See, he can watch the YouTube video later.
That's rude. No, but GoMap had an interesting idea. Next Fleet Week had Nine Jones hijack the Javelin, or maybe Idris, or maybe even a Bengal or something like that. But have some kind of gameplay involved.
And you
involved with it.
Yeah, because that's right. Because Griffin said, like you sign up, like you said, Pops. Griff said, you sign up and hey, you got a mission. Let's go. You're participating in it. So,
or maybe how they had the what was that event where they had the little cards all over the place?
Paintball Rally?
No, the red cards for the Chinese New Year thing they did.
Right. If they they could even place those, inside of the bangle on even just have them on the outside, and we would have the ability to maybe EVA and walk on them and look for them and explore it that way. Maybe we couldn't do the inside, but we could do the outside.
You might be lucky getting away with a javelin, Pops. I don't know. I think they're gonna keep that. They're gonna keep that bingo way, way away from us for a while.
I think the javelin and the Idris and the javelin will probably be after Squadron 42 is released. I would imagine that they'll get like a full tour of the javelin, and then maybe the Idris right around the same time, and then maybe long after. Who knows when that bingo will open up and you can walk through it? But it's we wish. Wishful thinking.
Can I ask you guys, since we're talking as far as the Bangle, since the Bangle is going to be like he said, the biggest ship inside of the PU. So then I know the Vandal will be in the PU, correct? Okay. Yes. So then the Vandal's comparable ship would be, I forget, is it the
driller or the kingship, one or the other.
The driller.
The kingship is their biggest flagship. The kingship,
right? Is. So, what would be the ship that's comparable to the Bangle? Because I know the Bangle is not the biggest one, and
it's not the driller either, because the driller's bigger than the Idris as well. They've got about 7 different ships. If you do a quick Google search. For Vandal ships, you'll see them. You know how they have the one size for all of the UEE ships? There's one that's made also for the Vandal ships.
For the Vandal.
There's a bunch of different ones. And you'll get to see them, because some of them they never mention because they're the bigger ones. But they do have the drawings for them.
And the reason why I asked the question is because from what he said, that if the Bangle is going to be the biggest ship, I was thinking of, well, what is the Vandal going to have in the game? Comparable size. That was the reason why my question was asked.
Now I think that to be decided, not to be decided, but to be discovered when we play Squadron 42.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that they got stuff planned for us, and for us playing the game, and they don't want to ruin the surprise for us. So they probably have everything planned. They may even have all of those ships built already for the game, because they have to get the game out. So so I'm pretty sure they already have all that stuff out. Well, in the game on the developer side, but not for the player side, players to play with.
Okay.
That's my idea. That's my guess, but the people say that the game is still 8 years away. I'm hoping it's more like 2 years. But we'll see.
I hope not 8. I think it's 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 3.5 at the most. I'm hoping.
All right, so I think that covers those topics. Next we have a cinema. It's called the Fan Trailer Wanderers. I don't have the information about who made it. Let me see if I can find the... Nope. I'm looking in show discussions. I don't see it. Well, I'll find it later. But so I'm going to switch this thing real quick. Oh, I got to find this one. Nope, it doesn't want to cooperate. Let me do it this way. Okay. Sorry about that. There we go. And I'll get my mouse out of the way. Alright, so here we go. Fan trailer for Wanderers.
For all its material advantages, the sedentary life has left us edgy, unfulfilled. Even after 400 generations in villages and cities, we haven't forgotten. The open road still softly calls, like a nearly forgotten song of childhood. We invest far-off places with a certain romance. The appeal, I suspect, has been meticulously crafted by natural selection as an essential element in our survival. Long summers, mild winters, rich harvests, plentiful game. None of them lasts forever. Your own life, or your band's, or even your species might be owed to a restless few drawn by a craving they can hardly articulate or understand, to undiscovered lands and new worlds. Herman Melville in Moby Dick spoke for wanderers in all epochs and meridians. He said, "I am tormented with an everlasting itch for things remote. I love to sail forbidden seas." Maybe it's a little early. Maybe the time is not quite yet. But those other worlds, promising untold opportunities, beckon. Silently, they orbit the sun, waiting.
Oh, interesting. I'll bring myself back real quick. I'm gonna mute this and put it on repeat. Let's see if I can put it on. There it is. Repeat forever. And bring up to Soul Citizen. So, let's go face to face. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So what'd you think of the video?
I enjoyed it. I was actually sitting here as I'm watching it, listening, just not listening, but reading what Jade was saying, that this was inspired by I guess the gentleman's name was Eric or someone who made this called
Carl
Wanderers.
Carl Sagan is the narrator and Eric did the music.
Right. Okay. So it kind of made me think, okay, let me go watch the original, but did very good job on this. I definitely enjoyed the music, the cinematics of it. Yeah. Has me inspired to go check out the original now.
Yeah, man. I hadn't seen it, so I watched it with you guys for the first time, and it's interesting. But I should let other people talk first. Sorry about that. Pops, what do you think of the video, Cinema?
Oh man, I loved it. Well, first thing, the voice. Whose voice is that?
Carl Sagan.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, that voice was good. I mean, it was very cinematic, and it's it man, but good narration, good narration. But the one thing I mean, I love this community. We put videos and the videos that me and my son does, and I mean, Jade was very kind enough to share with me. I don't know if Jade's a male or a female, but
It's she.
Is it she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was kind enough to share her. I mean, she has some great videos too. I just love the community, what we pour into it. I think I've never been in a community even close to this community, and it's such a fantastic uh, collection of people that it's just great to meet people from all over and how we share. I don't know where Jade is from. I mean, she could be from across the pond, but it's just an example of how we meet people and uh, in this game that are just really truly inspired by this game. But
And talented.
yes, very
Yes, very
talented,
talented.
very talented. Jay has a video that it made me laugh, but the way it's singing in it, and it was really good. It was very entertaining. I really enjoyed them.
Oh, Jay, go ahead. Yeah, come on in if you want to
I wish
pop
you
in.
could. Yeah.
Fist, what do you think? Did I already go Fist?
DK. Yeah, you get me. You have to go
Yep.
DK.
Sorry about that. Thank you. First time I didn't know. DK, what do you think? Sorry about that.
No problem, no problem. No, I was sitting there thinking to myself, you know, if you're good at videography and cinematography, and you can get some good action, you know, some good videos out of the game, and add Carl Sagan to it, oh yeah. I mean, you know, that's I think that's just a beautiful thing, and made it worth, you know, or at least gave a proper visual to the words that Carl Sagan was speaking, and I've noticed that in a couple other you know, in a couple other communities. There was a gentleman in the Elite Dangerous community that did a video, and he used Carl Sagan's Pale Blue Dot, and he narrated it using videos that he had taken in Elite, and it was really beautiful, and it's along the same lines as the beauty and cinematography that the person in you know, that put this together just did an amazing job. I think it was great, and of course you can't go wrong, like you said, Pops. You can't go wrong with that voice, Carl Sagan.
Yeah, you can't. With that being said, though, because I would like to know if anybody has ever seen or heard, because man, this kind of inspires me to look up. Because my favorite narrator is David Attenborough, and man, I mean, I would love to have seen if he's done something in a narration of space or something like that, and be able to put something together with his voice. You know, that would be cool.
I think someone has done it with cinema like that. I don't recall it with cinema. It sparks a memory. I may be wrong about that one, but I believe someone did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one of my favorite voices, narrator voices, is Morgan Freeman.
I was about to guess that.
You never go wrong with Morgan Freeman.
You can't go wrong with Morgan Freeman. You can't. Yeah.
No, you can't go wrong with that.
And I actually heard that the reason why they hired Morgan Freeman for Shawshank Redemption was solely on his voice.
Oh, really?
Yes, they said.
Oh, Jade, are you coming in? I don't see you unless I missed you in Discord, because you have some information you can drop from us about the music or the narrator. I remember the narrator from Cosmos, the original Cosmos, before the new one. I saw it a long time ago, so I don't really remember everything about it, but I know of Carl Sagan, and I know he did Contact, the Jodie Foster movie from 1999.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because I remember Contact. Yeah.
Yeah, that was called. I believe he wrote that. I may be mistaken on that, but that's what I remember. Yeah, Moriarty says yes. So yeah, so we lost someone great when he passed away, but he left behind him a great legacy.
Okay.
There goes Jade. Let me drag Jade down. One moment, Jade. Dragging you down. There you are. Hello, Jade. Can you hear us? Testing, Jade. Do you hear us?
I saw the flash. Probably she has to fix her microphone or something like that.
All right. Well, while waiting on that, Cruz the Sir, he's the one who did the video. So sorry about that. I didn't have the information at the beginning, but I did paste the link in quick chat. I'll do it again, and it'll be in the description on YouTube for when people watch it. And that's the wrong video. Let me get the next one again. There you
I
go.
think Jay was talking. I think I see it lighting up.
Jay, do you hear? You hear us?
Yeah, I did.
There you are.
Oh, hey.
Welcome, Shade.
Welcome,
Welcome to
Jay.
the Soul Citizens. What do you want to share with us about the video?
I was in between computers. Which video are you referring to?
The Carl Sagan one.
Oh yeah, the original or the remake?
Both. But yeah, most of the original.
Okay, the original. I mean, when it came out, it was pretty spectacular because no one had really. I don't think anybody had really done anything like that. They basically used NASA, NASA, imagery for the backgrounds and the planet surfaces and everything. So they're like textures that they then used 3D rendering software with. And it was pretty. I don't know. It was pretty groundbreaking for a little short. Sci-fi, almost like The Expanse, near future kind of thing. And then that obviously inspired. This is, I think, the second or third Star Citizen remake of it, because I think that there was one that was back in 3.0, and then there was one around 3.5, and then this will be the latest one, I think.
And
That's cool.
And you said something about the music as well.
Yeah, that whole soundtrack, the music and the voice, that's the original soundtrack from the original Wanderers. So they basically Star Citizen footage to the Star Citizen, video to the the pace of the original soundtrack, so that it kept its kind of I don't know, sort of 1970s synth stuff in the background with Carl Sagan's voice, and you hear that if you saw the original and you hear that opening, you know what's coming, because that's it's got a very unique sort of atmosphere to it.
Thanks for the information. So, what do you think of the
I love
video
Carl
itself?
Sagan.
I think this was the best one out of the three that I've seen, and it's probably no slight against the first two. But it's because there's more stuff in the game now. There's more planetary surfaces that they could use.
Yeah.
The original, they're on Mars. They're on Mars. They're on the moon Europa, which orbits Jupiter. They have people flying with wings in the atmosphere of Titan, which could actually be a thing. It's scientifically accurate. And low gravity and a thick atmosphere. It's a thicker atmosphere than Earth. And they had Enceladus, which is an ice volcano moon orbit Saturn as well as Titan. And I'm trying to remember. I think they may have had Venus in it too. But they have multiple If you ever get a chance to watch it, I strongly urge you to. If you like anything sci-fi, Star Wars, Expanse, definitely The Expanse. If you like The Expanse, you have to watch that video.
Okay.
What's the name of the video
I
again?
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put a link in the. I don't know if the bot caught it or something, but I put a link in the Twitch chat. I can do that again if you like.
Yes, please.
It's
Put it in the Discord as
Hold on, let
well.
me see if I can. Let me permit you first, real quick.
okay.
But I don't believe I
Yeah,
saw
because
it.
I would definitely like to see that. I've never seen that before. This is my first time ever hearing about this.
All right, go ahead and try to put the link in, please.
All right.
Definitely right about being able to have different variations in the scene. We've got so many more planets to work with now, and having the ability to showcase those. And then once and you think about it, what's more going to happen once we have more systems in place? The level of machinima and things they're going to be capable of. There's some serious filmmakers in Star Citizen community, and they are incredibly good. And we've seen some of that tonight, you know, and just the level and quality that I have seen coming out of it, it makes me want to use the camera and learn how to use it better. You know, I try.
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. That's one of the reasons. Excuse me again. That's one of the reasons I was asking you, Jay, the other night. You know, you got to teach me the ways, because I was trying to understand, and as I watched in your videos, you know, some of the scenes that you've captured and the panning and, you know, those things. I need to learn. You know.
My pointer for that would be, and this also answers the age-old question: why does CIG always do their demos with a gamepad? It's because the movement is so smooth, right? So
Right. Okay.
That makes sense. Totally makes sense.
yeah, if you do anything with the cinematic camera, and you don't want to have that jerky mouse movement, if you use a gamepad, it's just absolutely so smooth. So that's how I get that in my videos.
Okay. I will be getting one.
You just got to make sure that you don't have the light source on top of your monitor. Otherwise, it'll prevent you from making jumps, as you saw in 2018. He missed the jump a few times. He had to respond back.
Yeah.
But Jay,
I'm gonna have to try the.
Sorry. Real quick. Jay.
No, I was going to say.
Wait. Give me the link in general in Discord, please. Okay, not go, DK.
Oh no! So I was just going to say, Jade was mentioning using a gamepad for video work in Star Citizen. I'm going to have to try that now, because I don't have I have one, but I never thought about setting a gamepad up to use for, you know, videography within the game, and I've been using my HOTAS to try and work with that. Good idea. I like that.
Yeah. Because I actually plugged in mine the other day, and I said, "Let me try." I just didn't know if there was any settings that I needed to do within Star Citizen, because I know, like, there is a mouse smoothing option in there, and I didn't know if there was anything for like that for the joysticks. Because some of the scenes that I've seen people get, where that aerial view, you know, where they're like, the camera is so high up, and I'm like, man, how do they get that? So that's one of the things that I definitely would like to learn.
Yeah.
You can zoom out. There's a maximum that you can zoom out to. Sometimes when you see those aerials, it's actually just another person in the ship with a with their cinematic camera.
I was going to say that. Yeah, I've seen that with a couple other people who've used their camera on their ship to film other people doing other things, and it'll just actually, in some way, move the camera ahead of the ship or underneath the ship, so you won't actually see it, but you can see the camera work as it's moving around and using the ship as like a pan tilt zoom or a boom, or you know what I'm talking about.
You can do that with cinematic camera on, like, just on your own ship. You can have it down below the ship, so that, and you can kind of sort of like crop out the ship itself, and you can, you can get all kind of, like, you can go crazy with that cinematic camera. I hope they leave that in, because I know I hear people sometimes talking about, oh, it's just third person, it's not fair. But like, I think the community videos sell this game as much as anything CIG puts out.
Absolutely. Yep.
It's just, you look at people like Jade, what was the name? He was on Yacht Club yesterday. Star Jump. I mean, this man took what did he say? A couple of months to make that the last video he made. I mean, that's dedication. And
it's amazing. Like, I was what engine or like software did you use for it? 'Cause I was so impressed by one.
Yeah, he said he used Cinema 4D. I've dabbled in it a little bit. It's pretty cool. Yeah. It's one of the more user friendly programs from my experience, versus kind of messing around in Maya. Like, I mean, like, Maya can get really complicated if you don't know.
Or Blender.
Yeah, Blender 2. Yeah, Blender 2. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, did he say he was using Blender as well? He used that as
Yes,
Yeah.
he said he used Blender and use that too. Yeah,
But he's also moving to Unreal Engine.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
That was
they're
interesting.
doing a lot with Unreal now.
Yeah, and those two last videos that I think Griffin showed me with Unreal Engine is, oh man. Ooh, these things are getting to be, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between
I was getting to that point now.
yeah, it is. It's getting to that
Yeah, I
point.
mean,
You're
like
not going to be able to tell.
that last Unreal 5 video, the demo they did, the Uncanny Valley is a thing, but it's like it's so real. Someone else had to point out to me what was wrong with it, and the thing that was wrong with it that I didn't notice. I mean, it's not that I didn't notice. I didn't notice in my head. I might notice inside myself, but not outwardly. But the shadows when people talk, they don't have shadows inside their mouth. And I am a lip reader because it helped me understand what people say because I have a hearing impediment. But so I rely on looking at people's mouths, especially people I don't know, to help me understand them. But these guys I've been talking to for months on, so I'm used to hearing them. But they have most their lip reading and the Unreal 5 video is pretty good. I mean, I had a little trouble picking it up. But other than that, I couldn't see anything else wrong with it.
man. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
The only thing I was going to say in relation to Unreal Engine, it'll be interesting to see to what depth it can go. One of the things that CIG is doing that it's not unique, but they've done it on a different level, is that when they created their characters, they did it from the actual dealing with with the skeletal dynamics of a body, and it'll be interesting to see the depth they'll be able to go with Unreal. I think Unreal's a great engine. It's always been like the one that everybody chases after, whenever a new one comes out. But it also starts to pull upon what are the demands on the systems that are using those things too. And I know they want Unreal to become something that third-party people can, which they already are, but third-party people can use. I'm just curious about the demands on some of the visuals that we're seeing on computers. They look beautiful, but what is it going to mean for the consumer, to be able to keep up with some of this stuff? Because it's just getting crazy. Like the 3080 Ti's that just came out the other day. Did you guys see what the prices are?
Yes.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yes. I didn't see it. What is it?
If you want
1,100, 1,200.
Up to $2,000.
That's MSRP. That's MSRP.
Yeah, that's MSRP. They're charging $2,000 and up for them. And so, first of all, that's got to change. And the second thing is that people now, like for Star Citizen, for example, and other games, people now are opting for the best performance possible. For a while, people kind of, you kind of settle into what does your wallet pay for, but at some point, you want to be able to maximize your investment in what you're playing, and that means that your computer rigs step up, right, to meet what that performance is. I don't hear too many people talking about minimum requirements anymore when it comes to Star Citizen. Nobody's talking about coming in at 8 gigabytes, or even if they're 16, they're thinking about 32. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see how all these engines and how consumers will respond, and especially with Star Citizen. A lot of times we have to have heavier systems because it's not optimized, and even with some of the best rigs that are out there, people still have frame rate performance issues until we get to that place where it's optimized.
And I think too, Griff, along with that, I think that they're working things like the Unreal and things that we've seen are like 2-generation computers away from consumers. We're looking at like a 5080 Ti or maybe a 6080 Ti at that point. For those kinds of graphically intense. But as in the meantime, I games that I've seen now, the qualities that we're seeing, say out of Microsoft Flight Simulator or something like that, needing graphically intensive hardware in order to be able to run it. I think that's kind of the standard that we're at now. of high-end gaming is to be able to or have the hardware to accommodate such games, and they're just keep getting more and more intense and more resource heavy. It's a push and pull. It's a push and pull.
Yeah. I hope though they definitely get a grip on the chip shortage and the mining stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think they can control the mining stuff, but hopefully they're going to a handle on the chip shortage, definitely. Because not only are the RAM and CPU affected, they're saying SSDs will be affected soon too.
Yeah, because they say that what is it, Chia? Our drives are going to be affected too. Because I believe I think it was Chia, something like that. I saw on YouTube they were talking about it, but it's crazy with technology,
I mean, and Griffin said it's $1,200 to $2,000 for a new graphics card. I can buy a private tier for that amount. I mean, come on.
I mean, right now for 3080, for $2,000, and you said that's at MSRP. That's not being like it's shooting up from that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, you could see like $4,000 video card on eBay because of the shortage.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to remember what is that with the Titan, when the Titan came out, that was not even 2,000. That was 15.
Yeah, I remember when Titans were it, right? I mean, unless you went to the real super high end stuff. And now TIs are exceeding what Titans were costing, which is crazy.
That is, I'm like, wow. But I understand.
Can I ask you guys a question, real quick? Just a real quick question. You forgive me because I had to step out for a little bit, so hopefully I'm not repeating a conversation. But it was when we were talking earlier. We were talking about the Bengal and Invictus, and I was curious from everybody who's here, how was you all's performance at the space station when the Bengal was there? Did you have good performance? Were your frame rates okay? Were they terrible? Did you notice that they fell off? Was it consistent? I'm just kind of curious because different people said different things.
I'll start. I would say my performance was the first day of going to Port Trezler. My performance dropped from 30 outside of Port Trezler to 10 once I got close. And then later on, it seemed to be a little bit better, but I'm not sure if that's just placebo effect or not. It's just like.
And this is with the Bengal. The Bengal was there both times.
Bengal was there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
Yeah,
Mine didn't really take a hit either way because I have a 1070 right now, and it stays around 25 frames for me. It really doesn't, So the problem for me and my son is new babbage. That thing is crazy. New babbage is crazy.
I call that new laggage.
And see, the reason why I'm asking is it's interesting because different people have different problems. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying this because I'm mentioning as a comparison. I have no problems. When we went out the other day, when you guys went with me after the show Sunday, we went out and I had all those people on the ship. I circled around the Bengal, flew over, under, never had a problem. Fist has been wrestling with getting out of New Babbage. I have not had a problem in New Babbage. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what is the issue because you guys are running on good systems, right? Nobody's running on some ancient system. And I'm
not anymore.
just kind of wondering what could it be that some people are having issues with performance.
Now, granted, Griff, to answer that question real quick, Griff, when I was on that ship as well, my performance really wasn't that bad. It was only bad in that first day of Invictus. I think it was the first day of Free Fly. I happened to be in the game when they dropped the patch, and I went over to Port Tresler, and everybody was there. So it was like
so a lot more.
all 50 players were at that one location, and the Bengals showed up, and frame rate just tanked. But when we were all together the other night, I didn't have any problems with the frame rate. I was still holding at about 30 inside of Port Tresler, which, with all of us on board, with all the people around, it wasn't bad. And I'm running a 5600 XT, so I was,
For me though, Griff, I kind of figured it out. I will be soon. Probably I just thought about it. I said, let me just go on ahead and reinstall Windows and just take a day or two to just get everything back up. But what I did find out was like I said, was that area over there at Microtech. I don't know what it is. It's just like, because when I was there with you guys that same day, and the Bengal was over there at Hurston, I was fine. I mean, I'm getting up to I was getting up to 30 frames per second.
Okay.
30, 35, sometimes even jump up to 40. So it was fine. I was cool, but as soon as we got over there to Port Tresler and my frames were the same, I got to take a dip down to 25, hovered around maybe around 25, 30. But the problem is I've noticed, if you guys when you get that hard stutter, and sometimes it'll recover, and just for me, it just would not recover, and it would just go down. And I was just like, wow, okay, well, you know what I mean? So I'm assuming that it's that area. Doesn't happen over there at Area Team. Doesn't happen at Hurston. Didn't even happen the other day when I went into do some missions over there at PO. Was okay. It was fine.
Okay.
A few days ago, I went into the Star Citizen telemetry to look at my my new stats on my new computer, and it said that I average 34 frames per second. And I went in the game, and it's confirmed. I get an average of 34. Sometimes in the elevator, I get like maybe 40 or 45. But when I went to the Bengal carrier on the first day of Invictus, 10 frames per second. Especially when I got in, as close as I could dare. But on the other day when I was with y'all, I was getting average frame, maybe 30. Yeah. But I was inside. I wasn't piloting. I was inside your ship, so maybe they changed something, or I don't know.
Maybe
it could be something that they did on the back end on their side. Yeah.
Yep.
Jade, I didn't get to say hi to Jade a second ago. Hi, Jade. It's nice to have you. Jade, did you have any issues with the Bengal, or was it okay for you?
I didn't get to see the Bengal this I'm one of the few people, because of my work schedule, I wasn't able to get into the Invictus.
Okay.
I missed it, so I don't even know. I have
no idea.
Oh wow.
You didn't do any of the free fly, or
what's that?
You didn't do any of the free fly? No free fly at all?
I went to Invictus one day. I missed the defense.
You just missed the Bengal.
But I'm not. Yeah, I missed the Bengal, and I missed a bunch of the days. I didn't get to go in on Crusaders Day, but I was able to. Yeah, I did go on a javelin tour. That was probably the
cool tour.
Best thing I've seen CIG add to any of these events.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's about it. Anyone have any final thoughts about anything in particular? Invictus, the videos, the machinima?
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I am very, very, and I'm very, very looking forward to the Star Citizen leaks that they showed about number one, what that ship is going to be, the Argo Raft, and the Nine Tails leaked audio.
We're speculating. Theory crafting.
I don't know if anybody has heard that. Did anybody else?
I heard about no. I heard about it too. No, I heard about it too.
Yeah, we don't talk about leaks on this show, so we're gonna have that offline conversation. Offline conversation.
My bad.
No problem.
If we want to still keep having CIG people who visit us, we stay away from that subject. So
Okay,
Yeah.
my bad. I'm so sorry, CIG. My bad.
it's
blame it
okay.
on Sam,
You didn't
blame
say
it
that
on
bad.
Sam.
You
Okay.
didn't. Yeah, you didn't say nothing that nobody don't know about. But you know, we don't go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember when Tony G first brought up Nine Tails. I think Disco Lando gave him a look like, "You gonna talk? Really? You talking about that?" Yeah, because I don't think that was anything that he was supposed to drop at that time. But you know, he's Tony
Right,
G.
right.
He does what he wants.
Right. I
So
hear that. That's cool.
before we go, I reminded myself we're having a Bar Citizen on on June 12th, Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. I have it set for quite a few hours, but it's accommodate. It's so early to accommodate the Europeans because it'll be evening in Europe, but it's in the afternoon out in America. So people have an excuse to drink early in the afternoon on Saturday, June 12th. So I'm gonna click the information in Twitch chat. There's a registration there, so we can get some numbers on who's coming and try to accommodate and have enough room for everyone. They're basically kind of limited. It's not, we're not full yet, but hopefully just try to get in as soon as you can.
We're past the halfway. We're past the halfway point, so don't monkey around if you guys want to do it.
Yeah, we had a great time last time. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we had a great time last time, and hopefully we can replicate it or have even more fun. I have in mind some trivia. I can write the trivia question, but I don't intend for the trivia to be as hard as Griffin's question. Put it that way.
Yeah, those were hard, dude. I was like,
yes,
wait.
they were.
Yeah.
Because I had all you diehard Star Citizens there. I figured I had to put some challenge out there. I didn't want to make it too easy.
Yes, you
I was
did.
like,
You put some good
wait a
challenges
minute, where are
too.
these coming? I was like, okay, I got to go back to school.
Get some studying going on
for a Bar Citizen, right?
Yeah. I mean, I only been in the game for 2 years, so I mean, some of these questions were going way back. I was like, oh, well, you may not even step my foot in this one.
I want to say.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I just want to say thank you to Fast Cart. I had an emergency tonight. Fast Cart just produced the show tonight, did everything tonight within an hour and a half. He pulled it together and did the show tonight, guys. So give him a round of applause. He did an awesome job tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
You can see it. The production value got better as the show went on. I was doing the next show. So
good job, Fast Guard.
I think I finally got everything the way I like it for me anyway.
Looks good.
But hopefully next week it'll be back to regularly scheduling production value. Oh, thank you, Maria.
Wow, that's cool.
But yes, please sign up for the. Thank you. But yes, please sign up for the Bar Citizen, virtual Bar Citizen. We'll be using Zoom. You don't have to use a camera. You can just hang out in the audio if you want. But yes, like you said, I'm not going to give you specific, but we're about at the halfway point. But just sooner rather than later if you want to sign up. All right, so I think Fish Face and Pop, you got anything you want to plug or talk about?
Well, we do want y'all to stick around because we do have I want my son to show you guys a video that we have so far.
Okay.
So, but that's a private thing. That's a private thing.
Oh, okay.
Private. Yeah.
I don't have the promo up, so forgive me for that. But this Saturday, Sunday, we'll be talking about Social Security. It's not, American Social Security or any kind of national Social Security, but basically talk about security inside Star Citizen. And we're having DK, me, and Love Machine on, and we have a guest of Phase 1 Gaming, so he'll be on. So that'll be June 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern, midnight UTC. So check us out for that. Also, if you want to check us out on Instagram, YouTube, social media, check us out. We have a link down below. Thank you, Mariah. I also have merchandise. We have T-shirt, mugs, and mouse pads. The links down below for that also. So to help support us. We have a Patreon. I didn't have the Patreon image up at the beginning of the stream, but we do have a Patreon. So there are number of ways to support us, and we support it any way you can. So thank you to those who already support us. And thank you for DK Fish, Griffin, Jade, and Pot Beat for stopping in today. I hope you guys had fun.
Absolutely.
It's fun as always.
Absolutely.
Always.
For plugs, I'll be on Yacht Club next week on Wednesday. And
Oh yeah, that's right.
Excellent.
Pop and Fishface will be on there with me too. So that's
Wonderful.
10 p.m. Eastern.
All right.
10 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, and that's Thursday 2 a.m. UTC. So check us out there. And I'm taking a week off from Miss Hunt 80 stuff, but still check her out on the Base Radio on Tuesday 8 p.m. Table of Horrors is switching days. They're having a thing on Monday. It's a special thing. They're doing hopefully they're going to try to do a kaiju, like Pacific Rim kind of RPG. So that'll be interesting. And I won't be on, but I'll be in chatting and commenting and watching. So Table of Horrors. And I believe that's it for me. Let's see. Thanks to everyone for stopping by. I'm going to find someone to raid. But peace, love, and soul.